Welcome to Boxing Blog Center, the home of Nigerian African boxing. And please, if you're new to this channel, make sure you click the like and of course the subscribe button right now. We are of course live and direct. I'm right, my brother Tajagbe, and tonight, okay, our brother Israel Adesanya, aka the Last Style Bender. It's gonna be going against Marvin Vettori for the second time, and it's not gonna be an easy fight. Okay, our brother Israel Adesanya must be very ready. I think he is. His last fight, he lost it. I don't know if that made him, if that made him kind of give up a little bit, but I don't think he did though. I think he would just quiet, like that loss. I don't know if he really affected him in a way, but I hope it didn't, because we do want to see our brother Israel Adesanya come back with vengeance and come back to beat up this guy called Vettori. So we're breaking down the fight right here. By the way, another event is starting very soon. The Matchroom card. I want to see Allen Babish, Rickson, and some other guys there on the card. Solomon Dakris as well. I would love to see how he fares in his next fight. Now, that was gonna start very soon. But we have to talk about this first because this is one of ours. Tajagbe, are you me, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
I was live over there in New York.
Bro, life is good, but it could be better.
Yeah, that's cool, but by the way, let's of course not forget to say Happy Democracy Day to Nigerians worldwide. I know how things are currently. I spoke with my mom yesterday. Things are not looking well. Okay.
You do what nobody will do. You went up in weight class and challenged fighters. I'm gonna applaud you for that because that's not something easy to do. But at the same time, what had happened in that fight was they showed that they could bring you down, and if they bring you down, there's not much you can do again in that fight. And we all know when fighters when certain fights show fighters their weaknesses, we all know what happens. These other fighters just come pouring out of nowhere, and they all say, "I can beat you too." And you know what that fight did? Your fight with your last fight, it showed Vettori, give Vettori a sense of hope. I'm gonna beat this guy Israel Adesanya. All I gotta do is just bull rush my way in because I'm good in the mid range. I'm not good from fighting against Israel Adesanya the way he wants to fight. I'm gonna try to get him in mid range, bull rush him, get him up against the cage, bring him down, and work my way from there if I can. Right? That's his game plan. I listen. That would be my game plan too. With the last fight I saw against is the last fight I saw against Israel Adesanya, that would be my game plan too, because that would be the only smart game plan for you to fight against Is. If you don't have any other game plan besides that, you're not gonna beat Israel Adesanya at all. That's a guarantee. You think you're gonna beat him in a striking match? It's not gonna happen, man. If you bring Israel Adesanya, if Martin brings Israel Adesanya down in the middle of the ring, I'm gonna be scared for Israel Adesanya. Yes, of course. But if he brings him down against the cage, I'm not gonna have just as much as fear that I have in him bringing him down in the middle of the ring, because I know Israel Adesanya can work his way out at the by the edge of the octagon. But listen, Mark Vettori has one thing right now, and he'll be stupid not to do it, and that is to take Israel Adesanya down. And Israel Adesanya, it would be stupid for his whole team not to say, We need to work more on how to maneuver your way out, how to escape from a takedown, how to work your way out." Listen, you're an amazing athlete. Your skill, your ground game is a little bit underrated. But if you could absolutely get out, man. But if Israel doesn't believe himself in the ground game, he's gonna be in trouble, man. And Vettori, listen, Vettori hasn't improved at all. He hasn't fought the same fight, the same opponent Israel has been facing. Israel has been facing top quality opponents, right? And they've all been standing toe to toe with Israel, just trading punches, and Israel has been piecing them up little by little, because that's what he's good at. He's good at really piecing people up and really messing their face up. Look at the last fight, their last fight, Israel versus Vettori, back in 2018, I believe. Israel pieced them up very nicely. That's what he's good at. But his last fight, it didn't go as planned. So I really hope Israel is up for this fight. Just beat Israel Adesanya and go in there and do what you do best. And I'm pretty sure I won't even doubt that his teammates, his coaches, won't even working on ground game, because I know they have. I won't even try to think, oh no, they haven't. I know they have. Because I'm telling you that his last fight against the ground game was not the best. It showed some flaws. But
Yes, bro. Do you think his last fight against Jan Blachowicz? Do you think it? Wait 1 minute, bro. Do you think it, in some way, affected him psychologically?
No, of course not. Why would he affect them? I mean, listen, he went up in weight class. He did. He challenged Jan. I can't even say his name. Blachowicz.
Yeah, Blachowicz. Yeah.
Listen, yeah. Blachowicz wasn't here. Listen, when Blachowicz started his career, he didn't start off with amazing fights, right? But eventually, he was able to actually start getting better at his techniques. You might say he lost some fights he should have won, because there's some fights in there he should have won, but he lost it. But hey, what could you say? That's just the game. But Jan improved on his technique, and how do I put it? He's been really he's been up for his fights, basically. You know, he's been steady. Like if that's the word I'm looking for, he's been steady. He hasn't really looked like, oh, he's gonna lose. You know, when he fought against Israel Adesanya, I'm like, listen, man, Israel Adesanya is gonna piece up Blachowicz very nicely. You know, but listen, he took down Israel, and
like, he hasn't got the kickboxing skills that Jan has got. Marvin Vettori, Jan will knock him out. But when you start talking about like Izzy's game plan, and I remember it because I listened to fighters when they talk, and I remember Conor McGregor when he was saying the reason he lost against Khabib. Listen, this could be bullshit or not, but he said in the whole camp he was on his back. He said I was on my back the whole camp. Yeah, I'm being defensive. I'm worrying about what he's bringing, and that's not me. When I'm at my best, when I'm a killer. I'm an attacker, I'm a striker. That's what I do. I'm always going for them. But the whole camp, I was on my back. So, like, when it actually comes to the fight now, my natural instincts is gone. And I'm worried about what the other guy's bringing. So, for me, I actually think it would be wrong for Izzy to be in his whole fucking camp on his back, letting man jump. Why? Every single fight stands on the feet. Every single fight starts on the feet. Now, obviously, Izzy is already doing jiu-jitsu. He got his blue belt. Remember when he was crying on tape when he got the blue belt on that? When I forgot the guy's name now, like legendary jiu-jitsu coach gave him his blue belt when he wasn't expecting it. Yeah. So he's been doing jiu-jitsu. So it's not as if this is a guy that just came into UFC yesterday, has got no ground game, doesn't know what he's doing. He's been doing that. But for him to just focus on that in the camp against Marvin Vettori, who you said, what credentials has Marvin Vettori got for us to say, yeah, this is some real deadly guy that Izzy's got to change his whole game plan to suit him? Why? What has he done? What has he done in the game? Who has he beat for us to be like, raw, this guy's a killer? Listen, he's talking a good game. And listen, I'm not going to lie. He looks like a madman. He does. He does. But what has he done for us to be telling Israel Adesanya, the champ, to be changing his game to suit the challenger who hasn't beat no one? That don't make no sense to me. I say, Izzy, do your thing and just light this guy up. That's what I see happening. And if the game gets to the ground, then cool. Do what you've been doing. You got jiu-jitsu blue belt. Do you know what I'm saying? You know how to defend yourself on the ground. You do that. If it gets to that, you deal with that. But you do your own thing. You fight your own game and show this guy what the levels are. Because right now, like, I don't think Vettori really knows the levels because he hasn't been there. He fought Izzy in the early days, was like his third fight or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Early days. Yes, you can say he's improved, but look how much Israel's the champ. What have you done since we fought? You get it? What have you done? Who have you fought? Man's been fighting, Izzy's been fighting killers after killers. Who have you fought? So what now? I'm going to change my game just because you're talking a good game. Nah, bro, like, that don't make sense to me.
Thanks, brother. I do definitely appreciate it. Now let's go to the other one on the card. Our brother Hakeem Dawodu against Movzar Evlov. Movzar Evlov is a very dangerous guy. I tell you that. A Russian, bro. No joke. What do you see for our brother Hakeem Dawodu?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen nothing about this other guy, so I can't. Do you know what I'm saying? It's difficult for me to be pragmatic. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can just say I wish Hakeem luck. Like, he's a killer himself. I can only talk about him. So maybe someone else knows about the opponent and can obviously talk. So I can't really talk about that. Do you know what I mean?
Evlov is undefeated. You know.
He's an undefeated fighter as well.
Yeah, undefeated. Hakeem Dawodu is he already got one loss or so in his record.
Yeah.
Evlov is a monster, and he just Hakeem Dawodu is just coming back. He's just coming back from injury now. Okay,
he's a monster as well, though.
Yeah, he's a monster as well. But you know, one thing about the thing that I'm gonna be very anxious, you know, for that fight, because I do think, you know, Hakeem coming from an injury, okay? It's coming from an injury. So what if the injury reoccur?
And that can always play over a fighter's head as well.
Yeah, you know, Evlov, you know, would not really like we always make sure that, you know, this guy, he might target Hakeem Dawodu's weakness, you know, the place where he got injured or such an injury. You never know.
Well, why wouldn't he? He should do. He's fighting. That's what happened. What do you think? Joe Joyce was doing after he saw Dawodu's eye? He jab it up, mate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna jab it up until you quit.
Yeah, but Joe Joyce gave an injury. So I mean, Hakeem didn't get an injury via fighting. He got it via in training. He wasn't training.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, as a fighter, as an opponent, you're always gonna target the weak point, right? Of course, like, you're trying to get whatever edge you can. So if you know it's got an injury, you're gonna let's see how well that leg is healed. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's give it a little test, get a couple of kicks. Let's see. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's see how it holds. Standard. He's definitely gonna test it 100%. And whatever reaction he gets off that, that's how he's gonna decide. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, but
how it feels.
Tajagbe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Evlov, Hakeem Dawodu.
When was I might have caught a glimpse of this kid. The kid is not bad. If my memory serves me correctly, the kid is definitely not bad. He's very athletic. I really haven't. I know it was just like a little bit of. I just caught a glimpse of him when he was on an undercard of somebody. Was it maybe Whitaker? I wish I remembered, but I know you spoke about him multiple times. But the kid definitely has some good technique to him, you know. But let's see how he does tonight against the undefeated fighter. I think Dawodu has like at least four losses on his record, maybe. Um, it's I can't call it, man. I'm just gonna have to see how he does, you know, and I got to see how he looks like in the ring for me to be able to give a little bit more of a take on what's gonna happen, you know. But as of right now, he probably is gonna be standing in as the underdog.
Thanks, but I do appreciate it. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you that support the channel. And you guys, some of you guys are asking, where can you watch the fight? How can you watch the fight? If you're in Nigeria, I think you can watch it on DAZN. Okay. Do you guys have DAZN? Nigeria. You know, you can register DAZN. I don't know if they have it in Nigeria, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it through DAZN. But if you don't have it, for those of you guys who don't have access to it, maybe for one reason or another, I don't know if Nigeria government have banned DAZN, because I just heard that you know, Nigeria government, you know, have told NBC to register all OTT platforms. So that includes Netflix, Facebook, you know, Snapchat, every you know, digital device, you know, or micro blogging or micro app or whatsoever you call it. Every digital device every streaming service must be registered in Nigeria according to the law now. So maybe you guys can watch it. So what you have to do is follow me on Instagram at Boxing Blog Center. The link is on the chat. And let me bless you guys. For those of you guys, bless you. So you can watch it tonight. I'll be live, by the way, but so you can watch it while I watch it as well, while we talk about it. I hope Tajab will be available. I don't know about Ibrahim. I think Ibrahim, you know, will definitely be sleeping. You've already been in La La Land, you know, at that time.
Trust me.
Yeah, but